Hello again, everyone. This is Al, and this is a media tape for week number 9. We don't have a lot of plays to look at this week. However, we do have a few plays that are very interesting. And we'll start off Monday Night Football in Buffalo. And this is a two-point conversion, okay? Important to remember that two-point conversion. And immediately the ball is passed and intercepted by a defender, okay? Had the defender gone down here, the two-point try is over, 0 points. We move on to the kickoff. Now, defender decides to run with the ball, and he fumbles, okay? So he fumbles. So we've got to remember, even though we're at 9:58, 2-minute fumble rule applies. So again, in this case, if the ball is recovered by another defender other than 51, if the ball is recovered by another defender other than 51, the ball is dead immediately at that spot. And let's go right to the result of the play, and we'll see here that number 58, there we see number 58 comes up with the football. So this play is dead. Nobody scores. The play is dead. However, had an offensive player after the defensive player, after number 51 intercepted the ball, 51 intercepts the ball and fumbles, if an offensive player recovers the ball, this is good. This is a two-point conversion. The offense will be awarded 2 points. Had that defensive player, number 51, taken the ball out of the end zone, fumbled, and then the ball come back in the end zone and recovered in the end zone by a defensive player, this is what we call a 1-point safety. 1 point would have been awarded to the offense. The same thing if a defensive player, number 51, comes out of the end zone and for some reason loses the ball, and then that ball comes back and out of the end zone, well, in that case, the situation is the defense put the ball in the end zone and out of the end zone, again, a 1-point safety. Interesting play that a few things could have occurred here. Another interesting play that happened in the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game this week. In Pittsburgh, we had a safety, and just after the safety, the kicking team here elects to punt the ball. However, it's still a free kick. So after the ball travels 10 yards, the kicking team may recover the ball. They may not advance it. The only way they may advance it is if the receiving team actually gains possession of the ball, then the kick is over, they fumble the ball, and now the kicking team may recover and advance. But if there's no possession by the receivers and the kicking team recovers, all they can do is recover the ball, and they are awarded the ball at the spot of recovery. So we move forward here, and we'll see one of the receiving players right there signal for a fair catch, okay? However, you still have to complete the catch in order for them to keep the ball. And we're going to watch these two players down here. They actually run away from the ball. The ball lands at about the 35, and then the kicking team, Cleveland, recovers. So by rule, it is their ball, 1st and 10 at the spot of recovery, approximately the 23-yard line, and they get to keep the ball. Had they picked up the ball and run with it, we still would have come back to this spot, the 23, the spot of recovery, because as I said earlier, it's still a kick until possession is established by the receiving team. Receiving team never possessed the ball, so the best the kicking team can do is recover at that spot, and it'll be a 1st and 10. These next two plays are going to involve replay, and as we see here, Arizona has the ball on the 40. Okay, they're going to complete a pass. Now this runner is going to fumble the ball, clear fumble. He's in bounds, knees are up, clear fumble. He fumbles the ball. Let's go back and get a spot at approximately the 47-yard line, okay? Let's call it the 46-yard line. So it's important that we keep that spot, because if the ball goes out of bounds or it's touched by a player that's out of bounds, we're going to bring the ball back to the spot of the fumble. Let's call it the 46 right here, and Arizona will retain possession, okay? We move forward, and then we have this defender right here. Whether he touches the ball or not, it doesn't matter, because he does that before he ever goes out of bounds, so that's okay. Now the ball is still in bounds the whole way. Now the key here is, does this defender touch the ball while he's out of bounds? Or we see here he goes out of bounds, and we know he can recover the football, again, if he gets 2 feet or another body part in bounds. So if he touches the football now, he's still considered to be out of bounds. And then we have a recovery here by number 48. Now on the field, the officials ruled that this player, number 20, touched the ball. So on the field, we would have taken the ball back to the 46-yard line, given it to Arizona, and it'll be their ball right there. Let's look at a few more angles. So we have this view right here, and what we're looking for is if this player, again, this is okay because it's before he goes out, does he touch it there before he reestablishes? Does he touches? Well, from that view, we don't think he touches. Let's look at another angle, and we look at this also. It's not a touch. It's clear it's not a touch. So therefore, we give the ball to number 48 of the defense at that spot. Again, if he had gotten up and run with it, we cannot give him the run or the yardage that he picks up on the run because all we can do is just give it to him right there. So the result of the play after review is the defense gets the ball at that spot because we overturned the ruling on the field that the defender, prior to reestablishing, touches the ball, which would have made that ball out of bounds. We would have given it back to number 84, spot of the fumble. And there's a good look at it right there. There's a look at it right there where he does clearly he does not touch the football. Last play of the day, it involves process of the catch, and I'll show you the line feed. And we rule incomplete. We rule the receiver does not get control of the ball 2 feet inbounds prior to going out of bounds. So we have one shot. Look at this shot right here, okay? Now, no control, no control. Control. We now have control of the football, okay? We have control of the football. Once he has control of the football, now we have to look, make sure he has 2 feet or another body part in bounds, okay? So once he gains control, we see this foot, the left foot is down, and then look at the right foot. He's going to drag the right foot. I'm going to go back without the arrows, okay? There's your drag. Actually, we have a drag first after control, and then we have the second foot down. And then, of course, once he gets out of bounds and he takes those steps, the process of the catch is over. So I'll show it to you one more time. Control, drag, foot down, third foot is down. Again, he maintains control of the football the entire time after he gets 2 feet in bounds. So this was ruled as an incomplete pass on the field, and we correctly ruled it as a catch after review. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Have a great weekend, everyone.